Ma'am, I just have a doubt, ma'am.
Yes, Anand.
Ma'am, last time you told us about the law, the second law.
The law of diminishing marginal utility, right?
Yes, ma'am. यस
Okay.
मैम, उसके अकॉर्डिंग मैम जितनी हमारी हम लोग कंज्यूम करेंगे चीज़ें, उसकी वैल्यू उतनी कम होती जाएगी, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग। बट द मैम फर्स्ट पीपीटी यू हैव प्रोवाइडेड, उसमें वैल्यू को लेके एक पॉइंट है कि द वैल्यू विल बी ऑलवेज कांस्टेंट।
The value will always be the value of a certain commodity that you consume will remain constant. That doesn't mean that if you are consuming more units of that commodity, it will still remain constant. That is, if you are consuming the first one, okay, the value of that particular commodity for that commodity only it will remain constant. But if the value will change when you consume more of it. Are you getting my point, Anand?
यस मैम, द
Okay.
मोर द कंजम्पशन द वैल्यू विल बी।
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. By the way, this value and satisfaction both are different. Okay. Value doesn't mean completely satisfaction. Okay. Value generally means the worth out of it. Okay. But satisfaction is like it is a subjective concept all over again. That means when it will change. The satisfaction is uh, what I will say, how much amount of I mean, what is the intensity of that particular commodity. Let us say there is a single pen you are using. Okay, value means the worth out of it. Is it worth that amount or not? Okay, satisfaction means how much happiness you are getting after using that. Is it understood the difference?
यस मैम।
Okay. So any other one who has any doubt, or can we proceed to the next one?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, what you told in the last class, what was the reason you told behind market demand curve is flatter than individual demand curve?
I couldn't hear you, Ayushi.
Ma'am, in the last class, what was the reason? What was the reason you told behind that market demand curve is flatter than individual demand curve?
Yes, that law of diminishing marginal utility, right?
No, no, ma'am. When you were telling individual demand and market demand, then
Okay.
you told that market demand curve is flatter than
Okay,
individual
okay.
demand.
Market demand curve is flatter than individual demand curve. Yes.
The
Is it
reason
not true? Okay. The reason simply means just see the market demand curve. What is this market demand curve? It is simply the sum of demands of all the individual. Okay. So the proportionate increase in the quantity demanded in market demand will be far greater than in comparison to the quantity demanded by a single individual. Okay, so that's why due to this greater proportionate change in the quantity demanded in terms of market demand, this market demand curve will be flatter in comparison to your individual demand curve. Am I understood?
yes, ma'am, got it.
Okay, got it.
यस मैम, ओके।
Okay then. So if it is clear, then let's move ahead. I think we were clear about this law of diminishing marginal utility and how is it a reason behind your inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Okay. Then the next one comes like the substitution effect, income effect, several uses of the product, and large number of consumers. Okay. Sticking to the first one, that is your substitution effect. So, what do you understand by substitution, guys? What did we cover up in the last class? What is the meaning of the substitution?
The substitute for a particular commodity, like
Alternative.
if we are not buying a leche,
Uh,
we are buying a Levi's jeans.
Give the same level of satisfaction.
Game, same level of satisfaction.
Very good. Very good. That's what I wanted to hear. If you are consuming one commodity in place of other, but both of them are giving you the same level of satisfaction, then only they can be called as substitute goods. Okay. Now, what is the substitution effect? Okay. So, let me just open it. Okay, substitution effect means if a commodity is substituting another commodity. Okay, but under law of demand, what we have learned that all those assumptions were constant, all those factors affecting demand were held constant under assumption. So this price of substitute good will also remain constant. I'm simply giving you an example, guys. Let us say you have 50 rupees in your pocket and you are willing to go to market to buy a bottle of Pepsi. Okay. And the substitute of Pepsi is Coke. That is also pretty much there in the market. Okay. And the price of Pepsi and Coke are same. What you thought of is rupees 50. Okay, so the price of Coke is not changing at all. It is simply available in the market. You are going to market to buy a bottle of Pepsi, but as soon as you reach the market, you observe that the price of Pepsi has increased from 50 to 70. Okay, as a result, now what will happen? What you will do? Whether you will stick to then Pepsi or Coke? You will stick to Pepsi or Coke, guys?
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Yes, try to understand. For example, you want to buy Pepsi, so you go to market to buy Pepsi. Okay. Earlier in market, the price of Pepsi was 50 rupees. Okay. The substitute of Pepsi is Coke. Okay. And the price of Coke is also 50. Both of them are priced as 50. Okay. And you got 50 rupees from your home to buy that Pepsi. As soon as you reach market, you observe that the price of Pepsi has increased from 50 to 70. So where will your preference lie? To Coke or Pepsi?
Ma'am, Coke.
To Coke, obviously.
Coke.
But has the price of Coke increased, decreased, or remained same?
The price of Coke will be remain same.
The price of Coke has remained same, but the price of Pepsi has increased. So what do you observe here? You observe that the availability of a substitute in the market, okay, creates an inverse relationship between this price and quantity demanded. Are you getting my point? So with the increase in the price of Pepsi, the quantity demanded of the Pepsi has fallen down just because now people are shifting their preference from Pepsi to its substitute, that is Coke. Is it clear? What is the substitution effect?
Ma'am.
Okay. Chalo. Then let's move to the next one. That is your income effect. So as this is all under this law of demand, so we will understand this way that all the factors affecting your demand will remain constant. Okay. So let us say the income of the person is still the same. It is remaining constant. Let us say a person's income is rupees 5,000. It is not changing. It is remaining same. Okay. But due to the change in the price of the commodity, okay, maybe the person feel richer or poorer. Okay. I'm giving you one example, guys. Suppose you are going to market and the price of 1 kilo mangoes is, let us say, rupees 500. Okay. And you have 1000 rupees in your pocket. Okay. So how many kilos of mangoes can you buy?
Ma'am, 2 kgs.
2 kgs of mangoes you can buy. Okay. Let us say your income remains constant as it is. That 1000 rupees is still your income. But the price of mango has reduced from 500 to 100 rupees. So now how many can you buy?
I'm 10 kgs.
So will you feel richer or poorer now?
Richer.
Richer. So that's what it means. It means that with income remaining constant, with a decrease in the price, the quantity demanded of the commodity will increase. And that way, it can make you feel richer or poorer even when the income remains constant. Is it understood? The substitution effect and income effect?
Ma'am.
Okay. Coming to the next one, that is, let us say, large number of consumers. What is this large number of consumers? That means the people who are availing a product in the market. Okay. Let us say in a community of 30 people, 10 people are purchasing a family pack ice cream whose price is 500. Okay. Why these 10 people are just purchasing it? Just because they are capable enough to purchase that 500 rupees ice cream. Now, all of a sudden, the price of ice cream has fallen down from 500 rupees to, let us say, 100 rupees. Okay, so those who were already purchasing it earlier, they will be purchasing more of it, and those who were unable to purchase it, okay, due to this financial constraint, now they can also buy it. Okay, so what do we observe? Due to the existence of large number of consumers, there will be an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. That is, with the decrease in price of the commodity, the quantity demanded of that particular commodity will increase. Is it understood?
ma'am.
Okay. Now the last one is your several uses of the
Ma'am,
product.
the
Yes.
large number of consumer is it's kind of relatable to the income effect.
How?
Ma'am, like as you said, ice cream is of 500 rupees and it low down to 100 rupees. So the person who is an income of 100 rupees can buy it. So it is also following the income.
Now, look, we cannot say that, because under income effect, we are not just sticking to the number of people who are consuming it. Okay, we are focusing on simply what is the income of the person, whether it is remaining constant or not. But when we are talking about this large number of consumers, the number of people who are purchasing it is changing. Earlier, if 10 people were purchasing it, now more number of people can purchase it just because the price of commodity has fallen down. Okay, so let us say earlier 10 people were purchasing it because they have that ability to purchase it. Okay, but due to the reduction in the price of that particular commodity, now what will happen? Now more number of people can purchase it because they can afford it, and those people who were earlier purchasing it, they can buy more of it. Okay, so that's the basic difference between your income effect and large number of consumers. Am I understood, Anand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody has got anything to ask from these reasons behind law of demand, or should we proceed to the several uses of product?
Ma'am, are you changing the slides?
No, I'm not changing the slide, Swati. It's still the same.
Okay.
Okay. You don't have to worry for the reasons in written version for this law of demand, just because I will be providing you with the notes. Okay. For time now, you just need to have this conceptual clarification, which is pretty much essential. Okay.
I mean, large number of consumers, the inverse relationship would be in between
Obviously, price and demand, no?
price and demand. Okay.
That's what your law of demand states, right? All other things remaining constant, your price and quantity demanded are inversely related. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so coming to the last one, that is your several uses of the product. So what happens in this case of several uses of the product? We will observe that there are certain commodities, like let us say milk, okay, which has several uses, some of which are maybe important and some of which may not be important. Okay, for example, one of the important uses of milk is for drinking milk, and some of the least important uses are like preparing cheese and butter out of it. So when the price of this milk will increase, then what will happen? People will get restricted to use it for its most important use, that is for drinking milk, and less, and they will demand the same milk for less important uses, that is for preparing cheese and butter. Okay, so when the price of such a commodity which has different uses, okay, decreases, the commodity of that particular commodity is put for all its uses, okay, whether that is important or not. But at the same time, if the price of that commodity increases, then we will only stick to its important uses and we will prefer skipping the unimportant ones. Is it understood what is the several uses of product?
Yes.
Clear? Okay, so coming to then the next one. Okay, so as we have already completed this law of diminishing marginal utility, now it talks about the exception to law of demand. So what is this basic what do you understand by this exception to law of demand? So as this law of demand states that keeping all other factors as constant, your price and quantity demanded are inversely related, but under exceptions to law of demand, we will look into certain scenarios where maybe price and quantity demanded are either directly proportional, or with the increase or decrease in price, your quantity demanded remains constant. It is not going to change. Okay, so keeping that in our mind, we will look into this 7 kinds of exception. Okay, coming to the first one, that is giffen goods. Okay, what is this giffen goods? Basically, giffen goods relates to the goods, okay, whose quantity demanded falls due to the fall in the price of the commodity. Okay, your the quantity you are demanding for that very product, it will fall down with the decrease in the price. Can you give me example of any such good जहां प्राइस गिरने की वजह से तुम्हारा क्वांटिटी डिमांड भी गिर जाता है? एनी एग्जांपल गाइस?
Gold?
Yes, Anand?
No, sorry.
Anyone?
Repeat the question.
Devashish?
Repeat the question.
I asked, can you name me any commodity, or you can cite an example of a commodity, if its price decreases, the quantity demanded will also decrease with it?
Stock market.
Shares.
Yes, ma'am.
So that you will wait that when it will reach a specific point and it will reach the peak, and then you will sell it off. You will purchase it at the lowest price and you will be selling it off at highest one, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but see, Tanmay, there is a difference. Okay, there is always a risk available. Okay, that is, if it goes down and then it crashes, then it can't reach its peak, right? So there is always a possibility, okay, to to collapse. Okay, so I don't think it can be one of the genuine example of this given goods. Okay, because there will be a number of diverse perception.
Rice?
Yes, Barun.
On rice?
Why rice? Why, if the price decreases, then why will the quantity demanded will fall for rice?
Ma'am, actually, it can be reverse. If demand decreases, then price can decrease.
No. We will not look into that aspect. If you will talk like that, then we will be just thinking it from the producer perspective, not the consumer perspective. So when we are talking from consumer perspective, price needs to be the independent factor and demand needs to be dependent on the price. Okay, so we just can't reverse it. Okay, so anyone? Any example? Okay,
Ma'am, is the example you gave correct? Like, is rice the correct answer to giffen goods?
what's what?
Ma'am, rice and wheat can be low prices. We can say कि जब मैम प्राइस घट जाता है राइस एंड व्हीट का, तो वी थिंक द क्वालिटी ऑफ द व्हीट और राइस has been dropped.
Yeah, I understand, but can you tell me why? Even if the price is falling, why will the quantity demanded fall? What can be the best?
Ma'am, quality of the product of lower price.
Very well said. Because whenever the price of a commodity is already low and it is further falling down, then this mindset comes to this consumers that if the price is low, then the quantity demanded will fall with it, just because people will start doubting on its quality. Okay, they will think that maybe the quality is not good enough to sell it at a suitable price. So that's why they lower down the price. That is the basic mindset. Okay, for example, your cheap cereals like jowar and bajra, okay, the price is already low, and if you sell it even at a lower price, then what will happen? The quantity demanded will also fall, just because now the consumers will start doubting on the quality of the product. Is it understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to
Yes.
the next one, that is conspicuous consumption and conspicuous necessities. Okay, what is this conspicuous consumption? For example, let us say that if you are addicted to certain commodity, okay, for example, a person is addicted to smoking. Okay, so irrespective of whatever may be the price of that commodity, the person will stick to buying it. Okay, for example, if the price of cigarette was 10 rupees and now it is 18 rupees, but a person who is addicted to smoke, okay, then that person will still go on buying that commodity even if the price is high. So what do we observe here? Even if the price has increased, the quantity demanded of that commodity has remained fixed. Neither it is increasing nor it is decreasing. Okay, that's what stands as an exception to your law of demand. Okay, similarly, this conspicuous necessities is just like that. That is, let us say, the commodities which are pretty much essential for the human existence. For example, let us say medicine. Okay, if medicine is very much important, okay, even if the price is high, your quantity demanded will remain fixed. It will not fall down, because if it falls, then the person will die. Okay, so that's why even if the price is high, the quantity demanded remains same. It is not going to change. Am I clear to everyone regarding this given goods, conspicuous consumption and conspicuous necessities?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, then milk will come into conspicuous consumption or conspicuous necessities.
Depends upon the consumer. If you are very much fond of milk, then that would be a consumption. We just can't say that milk is a necessity. We just can't say that, because it's not that without milk you cannot stay. Okay,
Yeah.
it's simply a type of consumption. It is not a necessity. Okay, further it depends upon your taste and preferences, that cannot be questioned. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
coming to the next one, guys, that is expected changes in the price. Okay, for example, you get to know that in the near future a war has to be declared. Okay, you know that, you get to know that. So what will happen immediately? The prices of these commodities, it will be high. Okay, as a result of which, now what will happen? The quantity demanded will also increase with the increase in the price, because people fear that in the upcoming times there will be the absolute scarcity of these goods and services, resulting which they will demand more of that commodity even if the price is high. So in this way we see a direct relationship between price and quantity demanded. Okay, coming to the next one, that is ignorance. That is, your lack of knowledge regarding the prevailing prices of a commodity in the market results in a direct relationship between price and quantity demanded. I'm giving you one example, guys. Try to understand. For example, if you thought that, just a second. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example. Let us say in your backdrop, okay, you have thought that the price of a commodity is 60 rupees. Okay, and now what will happen? The price that is charged by the seller is 40 rupees, but the prevailing price in the market is 30 rupees. Okay, so you will think that the seller is selling you at a lower price, so that's why you will be demanding more of that commodity. But on the other hand, what the seller is doing, he is selling you at a higher price of more than 10 rupees. Okay, so here at the end of the day, what happens? Even if the price of the commodity is increasing, the quantity demanded by you is also increasing. Okay, that is just because of your ignorance, as you have no idea regarding the prevailing prices of the commodities in the market. So that results in a direct relationship between price and quantity demanded. Is it understood, guys, how ignorance can be a reason behind your reason behind this exceptions to law of demand?
Yes,
Okay, coming to the next one, that is extraordinary situation. For example, let us say that's a rainy day or rainy season is going on. So this price of this raincoats and umbrella will be high, but still people will go for it and buy more of it just because it is the need of the hour. Okay, so that's why they will go and buy these umbrellas, just because else they will fall sick. That's why even if the price is high, the quantity demanded of these umbrellas and your raincoats will remain high. The last one is change in fashion. I think we have already come across this while studying these factors affecting demand. So in order to remain in fashion or in trend, okay, as I've told, like I've given you the example of this ripped jeans. Okay, so what will happen? This younger generation people, they are very much fond of this ripped jeans, and that is going on in fashion. So even if the price of this ripped jeans is high, still these guys, they will opt for this jeans because they want to wear such things which are currently in fashion. Okay, so that leads to a direct relationship between price and quantity demanded. So guys, are you pretty much clear about all these exceptions to law of demand?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
repeat
Okay,
Giffen goods.
anybody has got anything to ask?
Ma'am, Giffen goods.
Yes, Likita.
Giffen goods. I guess I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah. Are you
Giffen.
yeah, are you confused in that?
Ma'am, I missed it.
Oh, you missed it. That is simply due to the when the price of a commodity falls, the quantity demanded also falls with it. Okay, because now people start doubting on its quality. For example, this low priced cereals like your jawar and bajra. Okay, the price is already low, and the further reduction in the price of this jawar and bajra, what will happen? The people will start doubting on the quality of these products. Okay, as a result of which the quantity demanded will fall along with this reduced price. Is it understood, Likita?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Anyone else has got anything to ask? Can we move ahead then to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So coming to the next one, these are the different types of good, and there are around 4 types of goods. Okay. So under this 4 types of good, let's come to the first one. That's a normal good. Okay. Shubham, do you have anything to ask? Shubham Patel, 1094. You just raised a hand. Okay.
No,
So
ma'am, by mistake it got.
That's okay. That's okay, Shubham. So coming to this normal good, what is this normal good? Normal good relates to those kinds of good whose demand increases due to the increase in income. Okay, it's a very basic thing. If your income is increasing, then there are certain goods in the market whose demand will also increase. For example, your ordinary broadband or your ordinary TV license. Okay, so its demand will increase if the income of people in the market is increasing. So such kind of goods are known as normal good. The next one is luxury good. What is this luxury good? Luxury good relates to those kinds of goods if a major chunk of your money gets channelized towards buying it. For example, let us say you have 5,000 or 50,000 is your monthly income. And out of 50,000, if you're utilizing a major proportion, let us say 40,000 in buying a commodity, then that particular commodity will be known as a luxury good. Okay, for example, if you have 50,000 and you are utilizing 40,000 in buying an air conditioner, then that air conditioner for you will be a luxury good. Okay. Third one is inferior good. What is this inferior good? That is, if your income is increasing and due to your increase in income, the demand for a particular product decreases. Okay. For example, let us say earlier with 5,000 as your monthly income, you were simply purchasing this ordinary bread, and with your increase in income from 5,000 to 50,000, now your demand for this ordinary bread has fallen down and you are interested to consume organic bread. Okay, so now what will happen? This ordinary bread will be considered as an inferior good to you. You will underestimate it and you will now consume and other high quality bread, that is organic bread. Okay, so basically inferior goods are the goods which are underestimated by you when your income is increasing. Okay, the next one is your necessity goods. For example, your medicines, your food, water, housing, electricity. These are the basic necessity, so that's why those are known as necessary goods. Okay, so now coming to the next one, that is your comfort goods. Okay, what is this comfort good? Comfort good is basically the opposite of this necessary goods. Okay, as a necessity good is a good which is very much required for your basic human existence. Comfort goods are the goods which are not at all necessary for you. Okay, but they are consumed to keep you in a comfort zone for your enjoyment. Those commodities are purchased. For example, this Netflix subscription, it can be a comfort good. Okay, you take away food. If you order food from Zomato or Swiggy, instead of going to the restaurant and having it, Okay, or whether if you go to the restaurant and directly take this option of takeaway food. Okay, so these are all comfort goods. So this complementary and substitute goods we have already come across, so we are not going to deal with it anymore. The last one is Veblen or snub good. What is this Veblen and snub good? So basically Veblen goods or snub goods are the goods, okay, where we will observe that with the increase in the price of these goods, the quantity demanded of this very particular good, it increases. And why does it happen? In order to maintain a status in the society. Okay, if you want to maintain a status in the society, then you will be purchasing more and more units of the product which are very expensive. That may be your designer clothes or designer bags or some antique paintings or expensive jewelry or diamonds. Okay, these are all known as snub good. Okay, if the price of these goods will increase, even more and more people will opt for it. They will buy it more just because to maintain a status in the society, for maintaining their prestige, they will go for buying it, so that the other people in the community will have a conception that they are richer and superior. Is it understood, guys? All these different types of goods.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone has any doubt or any confusion?
Ma'am, so iPhone and Apple products comes under Veblen goods, right?
Okay, Apple and iPhone. Why do you think so? Why can't it be a luxury good? Can it be a luxury good?
What good it is, like somewhere depends on the amount of income that person has.
Just a second. Somebody asked me about iPhone first. Let me clarify that. Then I will come back to you. Yes.
What is the difference between luxury good and Veblen goods?
Try to understand, guys. There is a very basic difference. In case of luxury good, we are focusing on the income. But when it comes to snub good, we are focusing on the price of the commodity. Okay, if it is a luxury good, that means a major chunk of your income in hand is getting channelized towards buying it. Okay, but when it comes to Veblen good, nobody is talking about how much income you have with you. It simply shows the relationship between price and quantity demanded. If the price is increasing, then along with that, the quantity demanded will also increase. Wait, let me just remove this guy. Okay, he is blocked now. So, is it understood to everyone? Swati, is it clear the difference between luxury and Veblen good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so guys, just don't think that if I'm giving you the example of a commodity, then that particular commodity will come under only a specific type of good. For example, either dekho, under comfort good we have this Netflix. This Netflix can also be a luxury good. For example, if a person, if your pocket money is 1,000 rupees a month, and out of 1,000, yes, Netflix is like 600 something a month, right? So if someone is using 600 something out of this 1,000 rupees a month, then that Netflix subscription can be a luxury good for him. Okay, so just don't think that if I am giving you example of a particular commodity, it will stick to one type of goods. It's not like that. Okay, it can come under many types of goods. Is it understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you can ask me, guys. Okay, then. So coming to the next one. So we are done about this types of good. The next one is this one: changes in demand versus changes in quantity demanded. Okay, this is the last one. Then we will be covering up this chapter 1. Okay, so guys, try to understand there is just a basic difference between them. Okay, what is the basic difference? By looking into the figure only, you can say that in y-axis there is just one plot. Okay, but in the second figure there are 3 plots. Okay, what does it mean? It means that in first figure the price is remaining constant, whereas in the second figure it is varying. Okay, so what is this change in demand? Basically, change in demand means keeping your price as constant, and due to the change in any of the factors, if your demand changes, that is change in demand. For example, if your price of 1 kilo of mango is, let us say, 50 rupees, okay, and you have 100 rupees in your pocket, so how many kilos of mangoes can you afford? What will be your demand? Price of 1 kilo of mango is 50 rupees and you have 100 rupees with you. How many
Ma'am,
kilos
2
of mango?
kgs.
2 kilograms.
Just 2 kilograms, right? Okay. So now I will say that 50 rupees remains constant. Okay. And that 100 rupees is now 1000 rupees. So now how many units can you purchase?
10.
10.
200.
200 kgs.
Okay. So earlier it was 50, price was 50, and it was just 100 rupees. Okay. So it was just 2 kilos. Now it is 1000 rupees. So it is 20 kilos, right? Not 200. So it is 20 kilos. So now what do you observe here? You observe that whether your demand is increasing or decreasing.
Decreasing.
It is increasing, right? So
Increasing.
okay, it is increasing. So we will observe that keeping price as constant, if your income is increasing, your quantity demanded also increases. And keeping price as constant, if your income falls, then your demand decreases. Is it understood?
Now, if the income increases, the demand will decrease, right?
Why demand will it decrease?
A person can opt for different products.
Here we will talk about just one commodity now. In this graph, okay, we just cannot go on representing more goods. Okay, hardly one or two goods we can show. It is 2D figure, no? So here you see it is about ice cream only. Okay, so that's why I have mentioned here price of ice cream. So that's why with the increase in price, the quantity demanded will increase. However, it is also subject to change. But the generalization of data I'm just providing you. In a generalized situation, if your income will increase, then your demand for a commodity will also increase. Is it clear? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's why I have given you this example. Now coming to the next one, that is change in quantity demanded. Okay, what happens in change in quantity demanded? Your all other factors are remaining constant. Just due to the change in price, your quantity demanded will change. Okay, it is simply this law of demand. You can see, tell me one thing, guys. When the price is OP, what is the quantity demanded? OP is the price. So what is the quantity demanded at OP price?
D.
OQ. Okay.
Sorry.
And where do they meet?
At A.
At A. Very good. Similarly, if the price has increased from OP to OP2, what is the quantity demanded?
O2, OQ1.
OQ2, right? So your quantity demanded has increased or decreased?
Decrease.
Decreasing.
Decrease.
So where do they meet? Where do they meet, guys?
C.
They meet at C.
Yes. So what do we observe here? So when your demand has contracted or it has squeezed down due to the increase in price, we are simply moving upwards along the demand curve. So this going upwards from A to C is known as contraction of demand curve. Similarly, when the price is lowered down, that is OP1, what is the new quantity? If the price is reduced from OP to OP1,
OQ1.
OQ1.
OQ1. So what do you observe here? What is the point where they meet?
B.
At point
B.
B.
Yes. So now we move from A to B. So when your quantity demanded is increasing due to the decrease in price, we move downwards along the demand curve. So that is known as your extension of the demand curve. Okay. So this contraction and extension is all about change in quantity demanded, whereas this increase and decrease in demand is all about changes in demand. Is it understood, guys, the difference? किसी को कुछ डाउट है?
हम एक बार ब्रीफ में दोनों ग्राफ फिर से समझना
Okay, try to understand. The basic difference is the price. Okay, in first figure, the price remains constant, and due to the change in any other factor, that may be your income, that may be your substitute good, that may be your quality. Okay, due to the change in the factor, your demand changes. Okay, Whereas in the second figure, due to the change in price, the quantity demanded changes. That is the basic difference. Is it understood, Anand? Okay. However, the same thing is plotted here. Okay. I have differentiated it, okay, with the help of an example, okay, and this graph. You can see it very well that for the first one, that is change in demand, your price is remaining constant. It is not changing, 10, 10, and 10. Okay. But for the second one, your price is changing from 10 to 15 to 20. Okay. As a result, the quantity demanded is changing. Okay, so here the in price is constant, so that's why we have a horizontal line parallel to your x-axis. But here, in case of the second figure, the price keeps on changing, okay, resulting in contraction and expansion in demand. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So guys, then this was all about your first chapter. Okay. We will come to the second one, that is elasticity of demand, pretty much well in the next next class. Okay. So we are clear about this one. However, I will be passing you this entire presentation along with entire presentation, and along with it, I will be providing you the notes of the same. Okay. Just give me a moment, else I will do it right away. Else I will know I will forget. Just a second.